Well, here we go! The Battle Royale solo mode is finally here, but for a limited time, as it's currently in playtest for its Battlefield Labs. But don't be fooled by it saying Battlefield Labs, as it isn't on the actual build itself. This playtest version is on Battlefield, the main game. What I'm really happy with, and I'm glad they started doing stuff like that, but of course it makes sense to call it Battlefield Labs because that is the playtest environment. So it makes sense, but I just wanted to tell people, just in case you think you need to download a separate version, you don't need to. It is a limited time mode from the 6th of March to the 9th of March, only a couple of days, so make the most of it. Honestly, good news when it comes to playtesting for the real version of the game. So many people have been saying it's about time we start making Battlefield Labs public to get some better feedback. More players, the better the feedback will be. It makes sense. And you also can get an entire feedback from different backgrounds. But the best way to keep Battlefield Labs private is just making it public for the real version. And they started doing that with the solo BR. Hopefully they can do more over this. Really, if they done like a TTK change, what they said they are going to do, it will be a really good thing to have for a playtest, so we can give our feedback on it before you release it to everything. Hopefully this is just one step of doing playtest more public to everyone. But you all came here for the solo BR. Honestly, it's been quite a while, hasn't it, since RedSec came out? Didn't it come out in like December? It has been many months now, and to be fair, I do feel like solo mode should have been the standard. It should have been duos, squads, and solos. It just totally makes sense. But I jumped in with many games today, and I was actually doing pretty well. I was doing the combo of the snipers, assault rifles, switching up with some LMGs. The KTS is just great for BR. Because you have to be careful when it comes to soloed mode, because man, don't people heavily camp. I didn't realize how this truly was going to be like for solos. Of course I was going to experience some campers, but man, everyone was hiding. It was kind of crazy. The method I've also learned what many people were doing was just riding the wave. And what I mean by riding the wave, I mean following the circle, where that fire is slowly closing in. You're staying far at the back of the map, far away from all the chaos, just so you can stay alive when that circle gets closer. Of course, after a while, you're going to get into that nitty-gritty gunfights because the circle's small. They're going to see you. But I realized so many people were doing that. It actually got to a point where I got to the final circle where everything was going to collide into one, and there was 9 people alive. It is very trippy to have the gas mask because right at the final circle, it pushes you to use the gas mask, because if you don't, you start tripping, and it appears the enemies are there, but they're not. It's just all visual trippy related. What definitely adds a twist to the final circle for sure, but the gas mask is only limited time, so you have to pick and choose when you have it. And that was the problem with me. I ran out on the gas mask. I had to wait for it to recharge, and I was just completely tripping balls, just seeing a bunch of enemies what wasn't there. If you wouldn't mind, do me a favor and leave a like in this video. Let's get some big numbers on it, and subscribe if you're brand new so you don't miss out on the future content, guys. There is one thing I do have to complain about when it came to solos, and that was the hit reg. Holy moly, wasn't that really bad? I'm going to demonstrate 2 clips to you. I don't think the second one is as bad, but the first one really sucks. And it is kind of hard to tell. There's probably other clips out there that gives you a bit more of a better description. But while I'm slowing down this clip, you can see that the guy is shooting at me and he isn't even looking at me. His gun is nowhere near me, and yet I'm getting hit. My health is going down, and you can only see it for a couple of seconds, even a couple of frames, honestly. But that's how bad the netcode was going. I was getting killed by people who wasn't even looking at me. I melted this one guy, and yet he still survived. And it was just complete chaos with the hit reg. Lucky enough, it wasn't happening all of the time. It actually happened when it was like my first game on. Probably was the worst way to start my stream off. Having netcode issues, of course. Just typical Battlefield fashion. But after that, the games wasn't too bad. I don't know how impressive a solo game would be, but there was one point where I dropped 12 kills. I was pretty happy with that. The biggest question is, how do I feel about the Battle Royale? And in solo mode, is it really going to make a big difference? I'll be honest with you, I don't think anything's really going to change with this. I truly don't think the Battle Royale can do a comeback. Like, think to yourself right now, what can they do to really impress everyone and get them coming back to the game? What makes Battlefield 6 RedSec so special compared to like Arc Raiders? There's so many opportunities and different things out there, where some people are just really kind of sick and tired of Battle Royales. If I'm not mistaken, didn't PUBG come out in like 2015? That's when BRs really started. And then Fortnite 2017? I just feel like the opportunity was just kind of late. As Call of Duty has been having many success over its years, apparently with Warzone, it's not going great so far, yet it still has way more players than Battlefield. And Warzone is a massive cheating problem. I was actually looking up some stats, it appears that Call of Duty is the #1 FPS shooter when it comes to cheaters. Why am I not surprised? But I personally feel like the opportunity is just too long gone and it's just missed. And I don't think anything can really truly change it. Look how it was with Season 2. They put out a new map, Contaminated, and I did enjoy the map, but it really didn't bring any players back. Do you feel like if they bought a new map for BR, they'll probably increase the players for a couple of weeks and then they'll just go? All that effort and resource they put into a new map just to increase the player count for a couple of weeks? They need to figure out what they can do for long-term success. I just feel like it's just too late. They should have made the opportunity when the Battlefield Firestorm was out. If any of you guys remember that one, it wasn't that bad at all. But once it came out, there was nothing done with the game. It was left high and dry, and it really should have went free to play. But then that's the thing, even making stuff free to play can only get you so far. We've seen that with many games like X-Defiance. They get a little bit of hype and then they die off. I want all you troopers to let me know in the comment section below, what do you truly feel like with the Battle Royale? Are you enjoying it? Or tell me what you would like to see from the Battle Royale to actually get you playing again. But with all the campers when it came to the solo BR, it felt like a ghost town. It really did. I was hunting for players and I still couldn't find them. But make sure you use your recon class so you can get that drone and scout them out. That was probably the easiest way what was helping me. If there was any chaos what was going on, it seems like many players do try to run to the chaos. What is really nice, there's been many times where I killed one guy and another dude came along, but it was nowhere near as consistent. Mainly people were just hiding. I can't say I don't like Battle Royales, I definitely do enjoy them, but I feel like the time has just passed for me, and I honestly just prefer to just play normal multiplayer. That's my bread and butter. I love playing multiplayer. I don't really have any interest to play the Battlefield BR, but I definitely give the solos a go. For all the Battle Royale players out there, I really hope it is a good experience for you. But adding something like this, I don't think it's going to be a game change for the game, personally. Thank you very much for listening to me talk, troopers. I wasn't trying to be negative, I just honestly wanted to be, well, honest. Thank you very much for all being here and listening to me talk, I do appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like on it, it would be awesome. And subscribe if you're brand new. And like always, I'll see you on the battlefield. Man, that was way too close. Oh my god, I can't believe that guy actually chased me. There he is. Knew it, man. I knew it. Oh, there he is.